Welcome everybody to Rider Real Time, the Relay for Life edition. Today's guest is Lindsay Galbraith, the student organizer of one of the largest events on campus. We'll be right back with Lindsay.
So slow it down, you move a little too fast. You take a deep breath, you make this last. And these should be the best days of your life.
We are back with Lindsay Galbraith. Welcome for the first time ever, Lindsay, to Rider Real Time.
Hi, Nick. I'm excited to be here.
Excited or nervous?
A little bit of both.
Well, I promise you have no reason to be excited. I mean nervous. But we are here because it's a really special time here at Rider University. As you know, it's the week before Relay for Life. And you are the student organizer of Relay for Life. Congratulations on that,
thank
first
you.
of all. And we're going to talk about that a little today. But the rest of the campus might know you from student government. What is your role with that organization?
I'm a University Affairs team leader, so I do a lot of the stuff that you see, the big events like the Bronx Buffets and Midnight Macness, and I work with Nick on that, and just a lot of the events on campus is University Affairs team leader does.
Absolutely. We'll get back to Midnight Macness because you know I always have some questions prepared to talk about that. But let's talk a little about the University Affairs team leader position. It's something that I had. Geez, I held the position in 2005. So here you are 5 years later, and I'm no longer a student here, obviously. But you know, it's something that you've been doing. How has the position exceeded your expectations, or is it at all what you thought it was going to be?
It's a blast. I mean, one of my favorite things about Rider is there's always something to do for students, and to be behind the scenes on these events is great. Like, I get to help pick all the themes and everything, and a lot of students like get to voice their opinion. It's not just administration throwing the events, and so it's nice. And every year it changes. It's never the same. Every year we have different basketball promotion events. We have different gimmicks and everything. Macness is different every year. It's always changing, so it's never boring.
Never boring is right.
Exactly.
And so the chairs you work with are the Spirits and Traditions chair. Let's see if I can remember. Clubs and Orgs. Well, you might need to help me out. Spirits and Traditions, I already said that. Diversity.
Yep.
And, oh gosh, this is probably why I wasn't the best team leader in the world. I don't remember. Who was the last one?
We have Spirits and Traditions, Clubs and Orgs, Diversity. We have a new chair, which is our Westminster chair.
Okay. I did not realize. I didn't have
Yeah,
that when I
it's
was
new
there.
this year because we're trying to bridge the two campuses a little.
Sure. All right. Well, that sounds very, very exciting and very cool, and I'm sure you're having a great time together. But the topic of the day is Relay for Life, and you, as the student coordinator, have been working very hard on it. How did you get in charge of Relay for Life?
Well, it all starts back like freshman year. I've been doing Relay for Life in my hometown for over 10 years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it was really something I've always grown up with. It's a very important organization to my family.
Sure.
And I remember family weekend, my freshman year, Heather Fischler, the previous event chair, had a little station at Family Day.
Okay.
And my mom was actually the one that pointed it out to me. She said, look, they have a Relay for Life table over there. Do you know it? So I went up there and just started talking to Heather and them, and I fell in love with the organization, and she helped me get into SGA too. And I just started the first year on the Relay committee, just doing like the little stuff, like Miss Relay Pageant. That was my first project.
Okay.
And just doing the little stuff. And last year I was a little bit more involved, and this year
now you're running
it's me.
Well, so I didn't realize that was actually your path of connection to this program. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. What is similar and different about the program that you worked with at home to the one at Rider?
Yeah, our community relay used to be the biggest one in Pennsylvania, and it's an outdoor relay, thousands of participants. And a relay from the community standpoint and the college standpoint is very different.
Yes.
And both of them have their pluses, but I really feel, especially with Rider, since we're such a close-knit community, it means a lot more just because, I mean, these are the people you have class with every day. These are your friends. These are your teams and everything. It's a great event.
Sure. And from my stance as not a student, but a community member here of the university, both an alum and a faculty and staff perspective, you know, it's so nice to see the students all come together with the greater community to all be together. It's a wonderful event. And of course it benefits the American Cancer Society, which, as you can see, the notorious Nick Barbati locks are gone, but I had shaved my head 2 weeks ago for St. Baldrick's, which is a cause for children's cancer research. Still, it's very, very similar, but This is a week and a half
Yeah.
after in length, and it still looks the way it looked like on the monitors. I look bald, but you can see there's a little fuzz going
Yeah,
on
we'll
here,
just
right?
put Dave Keenan next to you next time.
Just don't tell him that. But you can vouch for me that I actually have brown hair
Yes,
all
he
the way
does.
as close as right up here. If you can't see it at home, I promise you, it's not all gone forever. I'm just worried about the awkward stage when it looks like a bear cub when it's all one
Oh,
lane.
you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. Well, one of the taglines of this year's Relay for Life has been, what is it? Who do you relay for, or why do you
Yeah.
relay?
Why do you relay?
Okay, where did that come from?
I actually saw a video from another school. I'm not even sure the school, but they were going around with a microphone just asking people,
Yeah.
why do you relay? Because cancer affects everyone in some way or another.
does.
I mean, you can't find one person who does not know what cancer is and has not had a family member or loved one.
That's right.
So what we've been doing is we had a purple dry erase board. We've been going around campus and asking people, why do you relay? Do a little snapshot of them.
Yep.
Nick has one. And
Who did I relay for? Do you remember?
Your future children.
My future children. I said that because up until very recently, I never really had a direct connection to anyone that I knew affected by cancer, and I didn't necessarily feel comfortable putting that person's name out
Yeah.
there. But also, for me, it was for the future. It is. I'm sure this is just the beginning
It's
of,
something-
of knowing
yeah.
many people who will unfortunately be affected by this. And just a continued
Yeah.
infection for me. But then my question to you then is, you're asking everybody else who they relay for. Well, why do you relay?
Unfortunately, cancer has been very prevalent in my family, and it's something it's hard to deal with, but at the same time, it gives me so much inspiration for Relay for
Yeah,
Life.
absolutely.
And the people we've lost, the people who survived, and also, like you said, the future. I'm the oldest of 8 cousins, and I always say that they're my reason to relay. I would love for one day that they don't know what cancer is. I would love that
Oh.
it's not a diagnosis anyone has to worry about anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why I work so hard today, so that one day in the future, they don't have to worry about it.
Well, that's very, very beautiful. And you've been planning this event, and this obviously meaningful event for a long time. When did this begin, the actual planning of it?
I booked the SRC 2 days before Relay for Life last year.
Okay.
So we're already we're brainstorming ideas like, oh, this is awesome, but we don't think we have enough time for this year.
Yes.
And planning for next year already. I mean, Dave and I have talked about like a 5 years into the future plan. It's something
Yes.
that's always on our
Yes.
mind.
Well, that's the brilliant part of you being a junior running this event, is that you have that opportunity to learn and to grow for next year. So what is this year's goal? Is it a financial goal? Is it a feeling goal? What is it?
What I've been really thinking about is we're out of the honeymoon stage of Rider Relay. The first 2 years, it was so new and exciting. Everyone sent a million emails out to family and everything.
Yes.
So this year, we obviously have the financial goal. We would like to raise $60,000. I think we can.
Okay.
We're at about $35,000 right now,
I did see
but
that, which is wonderful.
we always raise a ton of money day of event, and we actually get our final count in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just because a lot of checks aren't clear and everything, so it keeps coming in. So
That's awesome.
that's kind of frustrating. But one of my main goals this year is to really focus on survivors, because this is a party for them.
Yes.
And even if we don't reach a financial goal, it's about bringing the survivors into the writer community. There's a lot of students that have contacted me that have had cancer, and no one ever knew.
Yeah.
And it's really neat for me because a lot of them, RJ Barklew is one of our survivors, and he was always telling me, he goes, this is kind of my coming out party.
Yeah.
Because like he is just a face in the crowd at Rider, and a lot of last year at Relay for Life, he had the purple shirt on saying he was the survivor, and everyone was asking, why are you wearing this? And he's like, this year he's our opening ceremony speech, and it's really emotional for everyone because he was always so quiet about it, and it's really neat for all of his friends and everyone to be there for him in this special way. And I've already read a speech, and I cried just reading it, so I'm going to be a mess when he's speaking at Relay.
What an amazing story. I mean, you can see it. I'm starting to get
Yeah,
emotional.
he's
talking
getting
about it,
all
so
teary.
I should probably move on a little. What is your favorite part of the event, actually, as I pull myself together over here?
Well, I was going to go right into the Luminaria ceremony,
Yeah.
but we line the track with bags that are either in honor of or in memory of people who have cancer.
Yeah.
And we dim the lights in the SRC and have glow sticks.
Yeah.
And this year we're doing a memorial hour. It's time to reflect.
Yeah.
I mean, we are there to celebrate, and another big part of Relay is remembering. And I mean, there's not a dry eye in the place. Amanda Maddox, our Luminaria chair, has a beautiful ceremony planned. And really, I mean, it's neat to see some of these big tough guys. Even you see them around
Sure.
campus, they're all crying because it's a safe place for everyone to just let their emotions out,
Yeah.
and it gets everyone all teary-eyed. But then to lighten the mood after the Luminaria ceremony is my second favorite part of Relay, which is the Miss Rider Relay pageant.
Yes, which I know a little
And,
something about.
oh yeah, Nick is the best MC. You dress your a male member of your team in
Yeah.
drag, and they all do a talent, and it's a riot. And they raised over $2,000 in 15 minutes last year.
It was incredible. There were a couple of things about last year's thing. Was I was open in my bias that if you do Madonna or Rihanna, I mean, you already win points. I'm not a judge, but I will go
Yeah.
in on the actual thing. But I almost got hit by someone dressed in a bridal costume at one point. I got sandwiched between two drag queens. And then I ended up having to hold the mic in front of a banging bongo at one point.
Oh, yes.
So this was not at all what I expected it to be, but I anticipated it to be even wilder. I've heard all kinds of things about like a mashup between Katy Perry and S&M, and I was just like, this is going to be it. This is going to be
Oh,
the
and
place
this
to
is
be.
Scott Phillips. This is his senior year. He's come in second place both previous years. He is determined. This year he has taken the crown.
Taking the crown.
Oh, he's been planning his talent since last year.
Oh well,
It's going to be good.
we'll have to see if he gets the crown. So moving on a little bit from relay, this clearly has been a memorable activity for you. What are some of the other memorable moments you've had at Ryder or activities you've been a part of?
Ryder is a school I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
And for me to fall this much in love with a school, it still amazes me. I mean, everyone makes fun of me. I have my horseshoe earrings and horseshoe necklace on right now.
I wonder. I didn't even notice that at first.
Yes.
Now I see it. Yeah.
I have a lot of Ryder pride.
Yeah.
And it's just, I love the opportunities Ryder gives us. I mean, I was a little scared freshman coming in. I didn't do much at all in high school.
Sure.
And the opportunities Ryder gives me is probably my favorite thing about Ryder
yeah.
because I can be involved in the decision making of major decisions on campus. I could walk into Dean Campbell's office and have many schools, these big schools, they don't even know their administration.
Sure.
They wouldn't even know who their equivalent of Nick Barbati is, and
Which
that
is
was
a
something.
damn shame.
That
Let's just say it,
is.
yes.
I mean, I can't imagine a school where I can't be involved like this.
Yeah.
I mean, things from MACNIS, Relay for Life, meeting all the freshmen, giving them their Ryder Rocks at the beginning of the year. It's just, I really feel connected with this school. And it's not just going to bed, studying, and going to class. There's a lot more to Ryder's community than that.
Well, actually, I mean, it's not dissimilar from my story. I came to Ryder by accident. I mean, I had come here because this was not my first pick, but my brother had graduated from here. So I lost application to another school later, and I just needed a school to go to, and I came to Ryder. And just like what you said for me, you know, I never really was involved in high school. For me, it was just I didn't even realize what a leadership opportunity was until I got here. And then one thing I will say about Ryder is when students are given the opportunity to actually take on leadership position, it's all in. You know,
Yeah.
you get to go all the way in and learn so much and have your skill set developed far beyond. I mean, we take really good students and make them great people, and that's something that I think we can all be proud of at Ryder. But you've also made a presence on campus through your work with athletics. How did you get involved in there as their student worker?
Well, Karen Torsha, she had a friend from back home from my hometown that went to Ryder.
Oh, really?
And they connect me with Karen, and it just was a perfect fit for me because I've always been involved in athletics and stuff, and unfortunately, due to some injuries, I couldn't participate in college or anything. So it's like this was the perfect opportunity for me. I am a big college hoops fan, and as you know, Karen is too, so that was a good fit.
Yes.
And I just love being involved. Like, I already have SGA aspect of being involved, and it's really neat for me to be involved in athletics. And Karen, I couldn't ask for a better boss.
Yeah.
I know if you ever need the secret to making Karen happy, it's peppermint patties.
Peppermint patty.
Peppermint patties. That's my job security.
Yes, well, Karen's a very good friend of mine, and I can. I don't know that I would do the peppermint patty route to make her feel better about the situation, but yes, she's someone who's linked us together. Well, this is the point that everyone loves, and I think everyone fast forwards to. I say this is the quick hits kind of thing.
Oh, no.
And we ask you to be quick-ish, but if anything requires explanation, go right into it. Okay, we're just going to ask you a series of questions. All right. Who has been your biggest Ryder inspiration?
I would say Heather Fischler.
Okay.
She is my idol for Ryder. She was the one who created Relay for Life. she was my university affairs team leader while I was spirits and tradition,
Yeah.
and she was spirits and traditions before me. And we just have very similar personalities. I'm a little more mellow than her some days.
Yeah.
But
You could say that.
yeah, I have my days where I come into
She
OCL
makes me look
screaming.
mellow sometimes, which is
very true.
quite impressive. What was your favorite Magnus?
Definitely this year.
Circus.
Oh, I love the circus. I mean,
Yeah.
just this year I was more involved in the athletic side, so I didn't get to experience the pre-Mactus and everything, but I know everybody loved it.
Yeah.
And just the whole setup of the inside and everything. Our lobby was gorgeous.
Thank you.
I helped too.
I know. This is true. Well, Karen and I met yesterday to already start talking, brainstorming
I
with the
know.
emerging leaders about some themes, so it should be very exciting. You're leaning over a cliff, all right? You have Gaga in one hand and Rihanna in the other, and you can't get an itch and drop them both or lift them both up. Who do you save?
Rihanna.
Is that true?
I'm sorry, Lady Gaga. Yes.
Well, Lady Gaga is not a friend of the show. So
She's
this
not?
is okay. No, we do not
Okay.
enjoy her here. It's okay. What's your favorite song?
Right now, I've been obsessed with. I've been going old school with Oasis lately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't even name an Oasis song if you paid me. Do they sing Wonderwall?
Yes.
I do know that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know why I know that one? Rihanna sang it in a mashup with Airplanes by B.O.B. and Love the Way You Lie at
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
her concert in this past summer. So that's why I know that song. It's a great song. Okay, your favorite movie?
I have been on a Disney movie kick.
Okay.
I've been watching all sorts of Disney movies. My favorite right now is Tangled.
With
It's the
Mandy
new
Moore?
one. Ugh,
Yes.
it's
okay.
adorable.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
The best one ever is Sleeping Beauty.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
I work in a daycare at home, so I'm always on a constant Disney movie kick, but I'm a kid at heart, and I'll never give up my Disney movies.
Well, you're a kid, but you're also a college student, so that brings me to my next question. What's your favorite late-night delivery food?
Well, I'm not a big ordering out person, but I've been dying to try the cookies. Did you hear that there's a new cookie delivery service? They bring you
No.
cookies and a glass of milk.
Well, I really enjoy cookies
Yeah.
and milk, and that makes it even better. And I really enjoy going to bed. So those three things in combination with
like-
each other are amazing.
Love and cookies are something. I've been dying to try it, but all my friends gave up sweets for Lent, so. Yeah, I
People
know.
and their dedication.
I know.
All right, now this is the other favorite part of the thing where I get to ask you, give you the opportunity, I should say, to ask me a question here on Real Time.
All right, this is.
I've been asked some shady questions recently too, for the record.
You're hanging over a cliff,
Yes.
and you have to save me or Andrew LaBrace.
Oh. Well, Andrew is my best friend, but he refuses to come on Real
Exactly.
Time. I brought him on last year. He was a serviceable guest. That he didn't want to start this show off with me to discuss Charlie Sheen indicates to me that he's not as committed to our friendship as I am to him. So I will happily drop him because he's a twin. There's always another one.
Oh,
waiting.
good
So,
point.
Thank you, and thank you so much for coming. I have to be genuine with you. It is so wonderful what you're doing.
Oh,
It is wonderful what you've done, and it has changed lives. It has made people aware of things that they aren't even aware of that they can do to improve life for themselves and everybody else. So thank you. And
Thanks,
thank
Nick.
you for being here. And thank you, everybody, for watching Real Time this week. It was a very special edition with Relay for Life. And next week, we'll be joined by Maria Ciccarelli, the Finance Board Chair. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful week.